For today's crafty project, we're going to make a simple Christmas decor piece using this plastic frame I found at Dollar Tree. We're going to do a decorative finish on it, a layered finish. So I hope you learn a thing or two and are inspired in some way. So to prep this very plastic frame, I just put some clear spray on it. You could take it a step further and do like a more expensive bonding primer, but because it was a Dollar Tree frame, I just decided to do that to give it a little bit of better adhesion. And while that was drying, I went ahead and took that backer board and put some creamy paint on that to let that dry because we're going to bring that back out and decoupage on it. So while that other piece is drying, we'll move along to the first coat of this olive green matte folk art color on the plastic frame. Very transparent right now, you can tell. We're going to do a second coat on that after this first one dries because I do just want it to be a deep opaque green. And so while that's drying, so we're just kind of bouncing back and forth, we'll go ahead and put some Mod Podge on that backer board piece because it's had time to dry. And we'll pull out this beautiful napkin. Now, I cannot tell you, I was gifted several of these from a sweet creative friend, so I don't know where they came from, but you obviously could use any napkin, any kind of art that you had that you wanted to frame in this frame, but this is just what I'm using today. So I'm going to go ahead and peel the 2 layers off to leave me with that 1 ply of the design and line it up how I'd like. And once I get that on there, I'm just going to gently pat it down. I don't mind a few wrinkles, so I could have done some different, Mod Podging, decoupaging techniques if I wanted, but I think the wrinkles add character in most of my projects. So I'm going to take a little sander, the little Gator Zip sander, and I just scored the edges to get that excess paper off. I can use that on another project. And the final step on this one is just to put a little bit more Mod Podge over the top to seal it and protect it. And once I do that, it'll be time to move on to that second coat of green on the frame. We'll have to let that dry before we do the next step, which is going to be a layered paint finish because we're going to cover up a lot of this green. You could leave it any color you like. Look, these are just ideas. So whatever you want to paint your frame, if you end up with one of these, go for it. This is just showing you this is going to be a wet distressing technique. Now, because this is plastic, I'm going to let it actually dry for about a minute or so, and I want it to kind of resist my pullback wet distressing. And so that really gives you a beautiful finish, I believe, because I love this look, liking vintage and distressed and all that good stuff and layered paint finishes. But it's still very simple to achieve. So see how I'm letting that dark green come through? And so it's like a reverse way to let the details show off when you do this. Like, look how beautiful that is. Now, I like it as is. I'm going to do one more thing, though. I'm popping it back in the frame because look how pretty that is. But I'm wanting to add a little bit more depth in some areas, especially to tie into that amber bottle in my picture. So just rubbing in a little bit with the Rub and Buff Spanish copper color just to highlight some other areas. And that will tie in to, like I said, my picture. I want to encourage you to give these paint techniques a try. Layer any colors that you like, play around, and have fun with it. If you happen to get your hands on one of these frames from the Dollar Tree, they are just really neat to paint. So if you enjoyed this tutorial, please let me know and consider sharing it with others. Have a great day. Bye-bye.